My 600-Pound Life, Samantha Mason, whose episode was Season 9, Episode 1, and that premiered in 2020. She is 35 years old, she lives in Denver, Colorado, and she has a food delivery service set up on a schedule for her. She said she started gaining weight when she was 5 or 6 and her parents divorced. Her father was a very violent drunk and abused her mom and her older siblings. And by the age of 7, she was already at 150 pounds. Her mom then went back to school to become a nurse, so she had to go live with her father most of the time, and she said that it was really bad there. Her father never fed her. She was hungry all the time. She had it like every other weekend with her mom, and her mom would basically just give her whatever she wanted. At 10, she was 200 pounds, and by 12, she was 300 pounds. 17, she was 400 pounds, and she became pregnant with her daughter. When she had her daughter, she was 500 pounds, and about 2 weeks later, she split with her boyfriend, and the mom was a big help to her. At 20, her dad died in a very sudden accident, and she says that to this day, she's still grieving. Because of her size, she did lose her job. She now is jobless and needs some money, and so she started basically doing these videos where she would eat a large amount of food and people would pay her to eat this food, and that is something that she still does while she's on the show to make money. She's having a lot of pain, so she goes to the hospital, and at that time she weighs in at 799 pounds. Month 2, she's losing control of her bladder, she can't breathe, so she goes to the hospital. She's been in the hospital for 6 weeks. She's continuing to eat all the food she wants and even get meal delivery to the hospital, and so they weigh her. She is up to 940 pounds. The hospital now has her on a restricted diet. She chats with Dr. Now. He orders PT so that she can get moving around, and over the next few weeks, she does manage to lose about 10 pounds. Month 4, she's sent home. She has lost 40 pounds overall, so she's 900 pounds at this point. Her daughter and her daughter's boyfriend have moved in with her to help her out, and her daughter is just very upset because the mom gets home and basically starts ordering food again, and she kind of is upset about that. She's in this condition and she's gotten this size and she's not actually following the program. Month 5, she's doing physical therapy twice a week. She's still really not sticking to the diet. Dr. Now says, I really like you to do therapy. She's like, I'm not going to do that. In month 9, she is 974 pounds when she checks into the hospital because she's been having issues again. And then about this time, things kind of shut down because this is when March of 22, when all of COVID started happening. However, Dr. Now is like, if she doesn't get surgery, she's not going to live more than a few more years. So he works with a colleague in Denver and they get her the sleeve gastrectomy. Short time after, they reweigh her. Remember, she was 974 pounds when she got to the hospital. She's now 638 pounds, and she is sent to a rehab center to basically get her moving and more mobile. She's then weighed in at 616 pounds, which is a total weight loss of 358 pounds. Dr. Now keeps saying, you got to go to therapy. Doesn't seem like she's doing it. The timelines are a little fuzzy here because, again, they weren't filming because of COVID. So a lot of this was just reports of what Dr. Now was saying. And also there's some self-filming. But at some point, she does get another infection and sent back to the hospital. And at that point, they say she's around 496 pounds. What has she been up to since she was on the show in 2020? We left off, it's like July, August of 2020. She's had this surgery. Her highest weight was 974. And her lowest weight that was recorded on the show was 496 pounds. And that in total is a 478 pound weight loss. She is pretty active on social media, especially I found her on TikTok. She posts almost daily, sometimes multiple times a day. Her videos are kind of just like what's going on, random thoughts. She talks a little bit about the show. And as of March, she did mention that her weight was 373 pounds. So since she was on the show almost 5 years ago, she's lost another 123 pounds. And that puts her at a whopping 601 pounds total weight loss. Because she was so large for so long of a time, she does still have a lot of health conditions. She's got cellulitis on her legs. She's got all sorts of other things going. And so she is in and out of like nursing and care homes. Her daughter is in school to be a vet tech, and she says that she wants to be able to make it and be healthy enough to make it to her graduation. One of her recent videos from, I think like within the last week, I thought was kind of funny, is she says that like, I don't care how skinny or fat I get, I will always have good hair. And one of the side effects of weight loss surgery, all the stress that her body is under, an extreme amount of weight loss, all of her conditions and everything, is that her hair has thinned and isn't as healthy as it used to be. And so she goes and she talks about basically how she's going to, like, she's been looking at all these TikToks about healthy hair and she's going to start this and she's going to start that. And I just thought that was like really cute. She does also talk about that she is in a lot of pain, and so I just hope that we do see her recover. I hope that she is able to make it to her daughter's graduation and be there in her life. She does mention that she still does that modeling that she was doing before. I didn't go to the site. There is a site, you're familiar with it, that you can go and pay for that kind of content. But I wish her and her daughter all the best. I hope her daughter's new career goes really great. They joked on the show about being a veterinarian and a vet tech. And so I hope that all that goes well and that all of her dreams come true. And for Samantha, I just hope that she continues on this weight loss journey. She continues on her health journey. She grows her hair back and that she is able to finally live the life that she's always wanted to live.